Hey lovies, I'm Tasha Monet and we are finally back with another episode of the Shadow Moon Legacy, and here we have Calista and Nox. So the last time Calista had some big blow-ups with her best friend and her mom, and she just needed to get away. She needed to get out of that apartment and she needed to just figure out what it is that she wanted. So basically, she decided that she wanted to go to Granite Falls with Nox and just see what can happen. Like, she really wants to start a family and be with somebody. And Nox is sad because he knows that basically in his culture, there's no way that they could go beyond like just being boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, as long as she is a human, like, he cannot marry her. They cannot like be together long term. And so she is really just, like just spending her time with him and talking to him and just like, like I really do want to be with, so she's really just like taking the time and wanting to have a conversation. And so basically she is going to talk to him about what it is that she really wants, how like she would really like to be with him. And he's basically explaining to her, like, in order for us to actually be together, like, you would have to become a vampire. And Calista is basically letting him know that as long as he knows that she wants to be with him and for them to be together, like, she will do what is necessary to be with him. And so he's basically explaining to her that, well, there is an official vampire initiation ritual that needs to happen. And he's kind of sad about it because he knows that like Calista is risking a lot for him. And while he also understands that part of her desire to do this is because she's looking for her father, he also knows that like she really does care for him. She's had a lot of disappointment in her life and he does not want to be another disappointment to her as well. He knows that there are some things that, like he has, I guess you can say it's kind of like his own secrets, his own little downfalls. And like, he loves Calista and he doesn't want for his own issues and his own customs and his things to ruin this great thing that he has with her, because as long as they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, everything is okay. But if they are to make things, like completely official, like that can cause some issues. She feels kind of alone at this point. Like, her dad abandoned her, her mom and her best friend are like, they don't seem to be like on her side. And so she is just really just hoping that like what she has with Nox is going to be something that she can depend on for the long term. And it's not necessarily, like this thing where, she has to have a man in order for her to feel whole, but it's more or less like she wants to make sure that like if she is introducing or welcoming someone else into her life, that it's not going to be someone that she's not going to be able to have for the long haul. Like, she is done with feeling like she just has to be on the wayside and listen to what everybody else wants. Like, she is now at the point where she wants to make sure that she is getting the things that she wants instead. And so for Calista, this is really just her like taking her own life in her own hands. It seems like before this point, like things were happening to her, and now she's making things happen for herself. And she really just wants to make sure that Nox understands that like this is more than just a whim for things that she hopes to get from, like her connection with him. Like, it would be great if she found her father, but also like it's definitely just like the a time for her to, you know, like figure out like what could really be something really good for her. So it is the next day, and Nox and Calista are discussing the initiation, which is scheduled to happen tonight. Callista's a bit nervous, but she knows that like Nox is there for her, and she actually has a desire to get engaged to Nox. So like she's going through with all of this not just because, you know, she's been having a tough time and she wants answers about her dad, but also because she really does love him and she does want to be with him. And I'm so happy for her because I do think that she really needs somebody who's in her corner, and somebody that she can believe in, because, you know, things have just been very tense for her lately with the people that she cares about. And the fact that Nox is here and they've just been, you know, enjoying themselves with each other and doing all of these things, I think that that's definitely something that would be perfect for her. And there is something that she actually noticed about Nox last night, and he has some scars on his back, and she is not certain where they are from. She wants to talk to him about them, but she also, you know, is trying not to be invasive at this point, right? Because she wants to make sure that they do actually go through with the ceremony. I know you fucking lying. I did not expect this to happen when it did, but I'm guessing Nox decided if you are going to actually go through with this ceremony, the vampire initiation ritual, then I am proposing to you because I really do want to be with you. And I think it's a bit premature of Nox to do this. I was hoping that it'd be a lot more romantic than what is happening here, but I think for these two, like they've always been this really casual couple, the way that they've come together. I do think that they'd probably do this while he's in his underwear and they're in a freaking like living room of their little rental spot while they're on a small little vacation. I think he's proposing to her ahead of time so that she knows that he is serious about this, and that once she goes through with the ritual, like they can actually get married. Like I would have loved for it to be a bit more romantic, but I guess this is really their style. So she is obviously going to say yes because she is taken by him, and he's obviously taken by her too. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that she would say yes. So I'm guessing they're engaged now, which is definitely something I did not expect to happen at this point. Still trying to figure this out, but I'm gonna let her go ahead and have some breakfast because the initiation isn't until tonight, so it's like 12 hours from now. So there's definitely time for her to go ahead and have some breakfast and do all of those things, because this may be her last day as a human. And on her last day as a human, she was engaged to by the love of her life. I think that's so sweet. I'm so happy for Calista. So we'll go ahead and let her enjoy her last day as a human, and we'll definitely catch back up with her when it's time for the vampire initiation ritual. So we are at the vampire initiation ritual, and Callista's a little bit nervous. There are guests here, and she wants to ask Nox to turn her, but she's going to go ahead and she's going to ask him privately because, you know, it's something that's really important to her, and she wants to make sure that this is something that like they get to do together. So they're actually in his home, and Forgotten Hollow, and he turned into his vampire form to do this for her, and I just think it's so very sweet. And so she is getting turned by her love, and he bit himself so that she could actually have her first taste of plasma. And I think that is like ultimate sacrifice there. Forgive me, y'all. I am taking pictures as this happens. I want to make sure that I can commemorate these things. So hopefully this will be successful for her. And you can see the neck bites right there on her. She has the little neck bites. So she is definitely going to go ahead and see what can actually happen for her. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna praise the vampire lifestyle to some of the people here, just so you know we can do what it is that we need to do for this initiation. But basically, Calista has started the process of becoming a vampire so that she can officially be with Nox. He proposed to her while they were on the vacation, and now she is out here doing what it is that she can. And so, you know, she is just, you know, trying her best to kind of fit in with this lifestyle. She really does know that like there's a long road ahead for her, and while you know, she doesn't exactly know what could possibly happen, she is definitely, you know, like going to try her best to do what she can to get the things, you know, that she needs and that she wants. And for Calista right now at this moment, that means being with Nox. She is going through the changes of becoming a vampire, and I'm really, really excited for her because I think this is the first time in a long time that something is going the way that she hoped. I do believe that Calista is really just thinking in terms of like, well, what comes next? Like, she knows she has like the feeling, a bit of some of the feelings of, you know, like something like different happening in her body. She can't really completely explain it, but she just knows that she feels different. And so she is just like hopeful that like the change will actually happen. Why is everybody in this restroom? That the change will actually happen for her so that, you know, everything that she has been hoping for and waiting for when it comes to being with Nox will come to pass. And I hope the same for her as well. And can we just take a second to look at Calista? Calista looks amazing. She dressed up for this moment and she looks so good. And I think for her, she is going to use this ritual to her advantage while the people are here, and she is going to actually go ahead and elope with Nox at this moment, because she doesn't want to let this pass. She wants to make sure that they can be together, and while they have the people here, they're doing the initiation, like there's nothing that he can say that's going to mean that they can't do this now. And I mean, she's going through the change as they're having their elope, like as they're eloping, but I still think that it's very sweet for them to be able to do this, because then she can move out of that apartment with Jerica. She can go through the process of being with Nox. She can do all the things that she needed to, and I think as like life and things are changing for her, a lot of her desires in life will also change. She does know that there's still more that she needs, like she'll still write and things like that, but she really does want to find her father. And I think with her going through the change and eloping with Nox, like what the hell?
Well, shit.
So did we or did we not get married? Like, hello? Oops, wrong thing. We did not freaking get married because the lights fucking went out. That is wild. So they're going to try this one more time by the candlelight to have a small little elopement with just them two, because obviously everyone else is gone. So they're going ahead and they're going to marry each other because she is starting to go through the change, and she had her initiation. And so now that that has happened, there's the ritual is gone. He feels okay with doing so, and she knows that she wants to be with him for life. And I think for Calista, this is something that she has dreamed about for some time now, right? Because it has been like a couple of years. They've been, you know, like talking and everything, and she knew that like being with him for the long haul likely wouldn't have happened with just, you know, if she remains a human. Also because like he's going to live for a very long time, and she wouldn't want to put him through the grief of losing her. And so the fact that they have this opportunity now, as she's going through the change, to be together as husband and wife, both vampires, this is definitely something that she's really, really excited for. So Calista and Nox are officially married, and Calista is living here in Wolfsbane Manor. There's obviously a lot that she doesn't know about Nox. There are obviously some things that he is keeping a secret, but she is more or less thinking in terms of she's finally getting the chance to be with someone that she really cares about. She is also just looking towards this idea of finally getting the answers and the love and the attention that she needs. And so she is happy to be out of that grubby little apartment that she shared with Jerica. She is happy to be his wife. She is happy to finally feel like she's moving in a direction that will be helpful and useful for her. And it's definitely a new chapter for her in her life. What that's going to look like in the long haul, who knows? I guess we will be finding out at some point. But Calista is going through some changes right now. Possibly by the next time that we see her, there will definitely be a completely new Calista in terms of what is going to happen. But now that she is married to Nox, I think that it is definitely time for her to change her aspiration. There's definitely something else that is on her mind now that she and Nox are, you know, together. And basically, Calista wants to, you know, have a vampire family. Now that she knows that she is going to become a vampire, she is married to a vampire, and there's some things she's been learning about, you know, vampire basics. She wants to have a vampire family, and she's already started the first part of this, which is becoming a vampire. And she is definitely going to be going through a whole bunch of different things. She wants to have babies with Nox. She wants to do all of these things. And so hopefully this will work out for her in a good way. And I honestly think this is where we can leave today's part. Like, hopefully the next time we see her, Calista will be a vampire. And we'll see what goes on from there. So if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to see me play Sims or other games live, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/I'm Tasha Monet. If you would like to see any of your Sims as Townies in my LPs, please make sure that you upload them to the gallery with the hashtag TMTownies. And as always, I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm Tasha Monet. See you next time.
Sometimes I feel like I done lost it, and I don't even really know the cost yet. But every time fear is on my mind, you remind my soul that I'm free. I know I can't go on my own. You came so I wouldn't have to go it alone. You took the long road promise to me I'll keep singing your praise, and you know I believe.